Hey everybody, welcome to another Jeff the IT Guy video. Today we're going to be unboxing and looking at the Alienware M15 R1, and so this is revision 1. And the reason we're doing this is we're going to compare this against my Dell G5. And so this has the exact same specs as my Dell G5, and we're going to see how an Alienware, the revision 1, compares to it, because they somewhat have the same style, the same cooler as well. So the cooling is the same, and we're gonna compare them, see what the performance is like between the two, look at the screens, the construction, and everything. And so in this video, we're gonna do an unboxing and review, and then we're gonna have a video with the comparison. So I've already kind of slipped or cut the little cardboard wrapper here. To the side, and here's the box. The Alienware boxes are really super nice. So this box is really cool. They're nice, they're handy, they're extremely well packaged, which is why they can ship it with just a cardboard outer layer so no one knows what's going on. And this has actually came out upside down, so we'll have to flip it here. So this is actually the front. Here we go. As you can see, I got the gray one. So the specs on this is it has a 512 gig NVMe drive. It has an RTX 2060. It's got the i7-9750H, 16 gigs of RAM, and it's got 144 hertz panel on it. So it's the exact same specs as the G5 that's on my channel. And so inside this highly packaged box, you've got your power supply right here, and you just pull up on it, and this nice tab, and this is where your power brick lives. This is actually a 240 watt power brick. Get a little bit extra power out of it. And here's the laptop itself. As you can see, it is very, very thin. It's very nice looking. So I think this actually has a pretty cool design, cooler design than the new ones, the R2s. And so of course, you know, it's got padding here, it's got some stuff in it. Your like warranty and guides and stuff like that. So let's talk about the performance of this machine, the Alienware M15. This is R1. We've looked at the unboxing. Let's talk about the performance and the overall review of this machine. Gotta say, the numbers were pretty solid on this for how well it did in the games that I played, that I tested it with. But before we get to the performance, let's talk about the build construction. This is built extremely well. You know, that's one of Alienware's things, is they build their machines very well. They have a great build quality, and they're just overall tanks for the most part. And then so this is with their smaller design. It still, you know, has a smaller footprint than the old ones, and they kind of changed it up a little bit. You know, with the ports on the side, they even put the Ethernet on the side, and on the back they've got fewer connections. And so it's thinner, it's lighter. But it still doesn't feel like it. I mean, it doesn't feel cheap, of course. And I don't think they gave up on the build quality. The build quality is excellent. The screen is fantastic. It was a joy to play on, a joy to look at, used for internet and things like that. It's really nice. It's a great screen. It's 144 hertz, 1080p. It's bright enough. It's not the brightest thing in the world. The keyboard's okay. I don't like it as much as I do on the previous iterations of the Alienware 15-inch laptop. And they moved the trackpad to the left, which I don't really care for. I wish it was in the middle. Some people might like it to the left. I wish it was in the middle myself. And I could have done without the number pad. I mean, it is a nice addition. I would just rather have had larger keys instead of having a number pad. And the trackpad pushed to the left. And so there's not a whole lot of wobble in this screen. The cooling, it's an Alienware, it's not gonna stay cool. You know, unfortunately. This thing hit 99 degrees pretty much on every single game that we played. It wasn't super loud, and so I do believe that they worked on the BIOS a little bit maybe, and have set it to where it doesn't get super duper loud. It does not get as loud as my Dell G5. It doesn't get as loud as some of the earlier iterations of Alienware laptops that I've had. And so I was expecting this to sound like a jet engine. However, it didn't. It stayed relatively quiet, which was shocking. And so for it to keep up some pretty good numbers while staying quiet, that's great. You know, that's great. I would say that you could use Alienware Command Center to go in, turn up the performance of the fans, and probably get a little bit more performance out of it, but still going to hit the maximum temperature on the CPU. So it's going to hit 99 degrees pretty much consistently. So the games that we tested it in were Diablo 3, World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth, Overwatch, and Modern Warfare. And so I've got the numbers on my smartphone here. We'll pull those out and we'll talk about the numbers. And Fortnite. I forgot Fortnite. How could I forget Fortnite? So in Fortnite, we had a temperature of 99 degrees on all the cores. This is on epic settings. This was after just 5 to 10 minutes of playing. Our high FPS was 110. The low was 85. And the average was around 100. So that's a pretty good gaming experience. You do a little bit of tweaking in Alienware Command Center, you might be able to get some more performance out of it. In WoW Battle for Azeroth, not a super hard game to play. You can pretty much run it on just about anything. However, I went ahead and cranked up every single setting in the game to the nines. Everything was on 10, maxed out all the anti-aliasing, everything, and it put up 105 as the high, 100 as the average low, and 103 as the average, and the temp hit 99 degrees, of course, after the gameplay. And so to measure the temps, I used hardware info. I reset it every time I started a new game. Overwatch, I expected higher numbers out of this, and so this was on the highest settings. I was hoping it could get close to the 144 hertz. The highest I seen was 110, the low was 98, the average was 105. Temperature, of course, hit 99 degrees. In Diablo 3, it's not a super hard game to play. It's been out since like 2011, I believe. Or 10, 9, who knows. It's been out since 2009 or 10. The high was 138, low was 120, the average was 128, and the temperature this time did not hit 99 degrees, but it hit 91. So that's cool. You know, it didn't max out that time. And then in Modern Warfare, I wanted to see a lot of high frames. This was at max settings. At high, we got 98 FPS. The low was 77. The average was 85, and the temperature hit 99. Playing Modern Warfare on this was actually a really decent experience. It looked great on the screen. I had a lot of fun doing it. Like I said, it didn't get super loud. And it was still consistently over 60 FPS. There wasn't hardly any drops. And it was just a really fun experience. And so this laptop at the time of filming, I do believe is $1,950. For the 2060, it's got 16 gigs of RAM, a 512 gig NVMe, a 1 terabyte hard drive, and a 144 hertz screen. And so it's $1,950, I believe, at the time of filming this. It's not bad. I mean, it's really not. It's a solid laptop. It does have thermal issues. It will continue to have thermal issues. There's a lot of performance to be had in this machine that you're missing out on by the thermal issues. And so they've done the revision 2 now. right? But this one's still on sale on the site for a little bit cheaper. And so if you can pick it up on sale, I'd say go for it. If you have a buddy who can go in and put some new thermal paste on the CPU and GPU, redo that, and you're going to get a lot better performance out of it. Otherwise, I'd say it's not worth the $1950, or if it's or $1879, whatever it is, it's in that area. I would not say that it's worth paying that for this configuration, given the thermal issues. However, it is a nice laptop. Listen, if you like this content, leave a like. Leave a comment if you agree or disagree with my analysis and my conclusion on the Alienware M15 Revision 1. And subscribe if you haven't already and you're looking forward to more content. Thank you.